Tina Clayton has, still only 21. As I said, the two twins. But look at this, Tina Clayton's got out very, very quick indeed. Dosso's been completely left. It's going to be Clayton moving away from everybody else. This is going to be an easy win. Is it going to be quick? 10.85. Another excellent performance from Clayton. Was going to start as the favourite there, and she'll be pleased not only to have won, but she's just pipped and sees the best of her twin sister as well by a few hundreds. So another excellent performance.
Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce put her country's future in the hands of a 21-year-old from rural Jamaica in what ended up being the final individual race of her illustrious career. A few months later, the same 21-year-old assisted in breaking an unbeaten world record by accomplishing it again in a single 24-hour period. The best female sprinter Jamaica has ever seen is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. 3 Olympic titles, 10 gold medals from the World Championship, and an unparalleled 5 individual 100-meter world titles. In front of 60,000 spectators at the World Championships in Tokyo in September 2025, she announced her retirement after 18 years at the top of the sport. After that final race, Fraser-Pryce said in her own words that she was confident she had passed the torch to the next generation of Jamaican sprinters. She specifically mentioned Tina Clayton, a 21-year-old competitor. Remember that, because by the time this film ends, you will understand exactly why the woman who passed the torch had every right to be shocked by what happened next. However, you must first understand the beginning of Tina Clayton's narrative. On August 17, 2004, Tina Clayton was born 5 minutes before her identical twin, Tia, in Westmoreland, one of the most isolated rural parishes in Jamaica. As a young sprinter, their mother had demonstrated genuine promise, but she was never able to compete internationally. It was obvious that the family's innate knack for speed was still developing. Before the twins were even 9 years old, a coach named Michael Dyke saw them at the JTA Sagakor National Primary Schools Championships. He didn't think twice. He made direct contact with their mother and paved the way for them to finally sign up for his Edwin Allen High School program. In order for the twins to receive adequate training under Dyke, the family traveled 145 kilometers from Westmoreland to Frankfield in the parish of Clarendon a few years later. This is not the story of an academy with a well-established pipeline to the top or a well-connected family. When a single coach noticed something at a primary school meet, 2 girls from one of the poorest and most isolated parishes in the country uprooted their entire lives. Coach Dyke had already transformed Edwin Allen into a formidable force and an 8-time Jamaican high school championship program by the time the twins arrived. He could still clearly remember the incident years later. After seeing them compete in the under-9 division, he approached their mother without waiting to be asked. That one chat successfully created the link between a rural childhood and a future on the international, scene for a family without the resources or connections. To pursue an athletic career on their own. Tia set a World U20 best time of 11:37 seconds in the 100 meters on February 26, 2019. That record was destroyed after just 1 month. In their first official head-to-head match at Champs, Jamaica's very competitive high school championship meet, Tina, the older twin by 5 minutes, replied by sprinting 11.127 seconds to defeat her own sister. It was, according to Tina, her most memorable triumph to yet. For years later, their sibling rivalry propelled them both onward. Tia's faulty start in the 100-meter final at the 2021 Champs prevented the twins from finishing first and second together. Despite being devastated for her sister, Tina composed herself and won the title, crossing in 11:38 seconds. She subsequently acknowledged, "I was really let down at first, but I knew I had to win it for her." A few weeks later, on the day the twins turned 17, Tina won gold in the 100 meters at the 2021 Global U20 Championships in Nairobi. She also raced a leg for Jamaica's relay team, setting a global U20 record of 42.94 seconds. She defended her individual title with a championship record of 10.95 seconds in the 2022 Global U20 Championships in Cali, Colombia, a year later. The relay team also smashed their own global U20 record, bringing it down to 42.59 seconds. Before she had even completed high school, she had set numerous world age group records and won 2 World U20 championships. It's worth pausing to think about how uncommon that relay record actually is. World Under-20 records are rarely broken twice in consecutive years by the same core group of athletes, especially in a relay when 4 different baton handoffs must all go perfectly. On both record-breaking teams, Tina raced the same difficult leg, the back straight, the second exchange, while her sister Tia anchored both. Before either of them even had a driver's license back home in Jamaica, they were, in the purest sense of the word, rewriting history together. Once almost untouchable, the junior sensation suddenly looked like just another talented adolescent battling against seasoned pros who had been competing at the senior level for years. Then came 2024, the Olympic year that every Jamaican sprinter bases their entire career on. Paris was Tina's target. Due to an injury, she was unable to go to the final of the national trials and finished outside of the qualifying slots in her semi-final. However, her own twin sister managed to get a spot on the squad. Tia became the most notable member of Jamaica's team that summer as she advanced to the Olympic final in Paris and finished 7th. Think about how that actually felt while Tina was watching from home. Growing up, you would trade victories and defeats with your sister, develop a profession with her, and then see her compete in the Olympics without you. Despite setting numerous records and winning 2 World U20 titles, Tina Clayton was unable to make the squad in the crucial moment. There was more to that lost Olympic cycle than just one poor season. After giving up her last year of high school, leaving her birthplace behind, and dedicating herself to professional training under intense pressure at MVP, Tina's twin received the reward she had been after. Seeing someone who is just like you in terms of birthday, training regimen, and even appearance accomplish what you were just unable to accomplish makes you feel especially depressed. For a full Olympic cycle, it would have been easy to point the finger at the injury, blame poor timing, or subtly object to the focus being placed on her sister. Tina has freely expressed her admiration for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, especially for the legend's ability to bounce back from setbacks. She consistently shows that it's more important to get back up after failing and regain your footing than to always win. This way of thinking was going to be put to the ultimate test. Tina spent the following year rebuilding her race from scratch, trying to show that missing the Olympics was only a setback rather than a limit, rather than crumbling under the contrast to her sister. In 2025, Tina defeated Shericka Jackson and her childhood hero Fraser-Pryce in what turned out to be Fraser-Pryce's last home race to win her maiden senior national title in 10.81 seconds. Tina set a new personal best time of 10.76 in the World Championships in Tokyo, placing second only to Melissa Jefferson Wooden's championship record of 10.61. She defeated Shericka Jackson, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Fraser-Pryce, who finished 6th at 11.03, the last individual race of her 18-year career. Fraser-Pryce completed the first leg of the 4x100 relay that evening, passing it off to Tia, who passed it on to Tina, who passed it on to anchor Johnny Smith. In Fraser-Pryce's actual last act of competition, 3 generations are linked by a single baton. Silver was taken by Jamaica. Leave a remark if you were aware of Tina Clayton's name before, to this year. Gaborone, Botswana, May 2026. Tina lined up alongside Tia, Kadrian Goldson, and Akeem Blake for the mixed 4x100 relay. Jamaica became the first team in history to run under 40 seconds in the heats, clocking in at 39.99. The same 4 ran it again the next day in the final, bringing it down to 39.62. The same 4 individuals broke the world record twice in a 24-hour period, with Tina running a leg each time. In retrospect, this is what makes Fraser-Pryce's remarks in Tokyo so noteworthy. Months before that record was made, she had expressly mentioned Tina Clayton. Tina remarked, "I'm inspired by her," referring to Fraser-Pryce. Being able to run that final with her, on her send-off, is always a blessing and an honor. Compare the paths. Fraser-Pryce didn't enter the senior stage until her early 20s, having grown up in inner-city Kingston poverty. Clayton's ascent was quicker and more well-known. She set junior world records before she was old enough to vote, missed a live broadcast of the Olympics, and won a silver medal next to the woman she looked up to. The same destination, different roads. Shericka Jackson won the national 100-meter title again on June 19, 2026, defeating Clayton's 10.85 by a mere 4/100 of a second. This serves as a reminder that nothing in this sport is set in stone, not even for a world record holder. Los Angeles, 2028. At the age of 24, Tina Clayton will be a world champion and record holder going into the Olympics. This year's Commonwealth Games take place first, and Clayton is anticipated to anchor Jamaica once more. Does Tina Clayton earn an individual Olympic medal in Los Angeles then? Before she arrives, does she set a clear world record for herself? I read every response, so please leave yours below. If you want to be here for what occurs next, please subscribe. This is simply the beginning of the story.